Pisces, if you've been asking what direction should I take, this reading isn't about guessing. It's about clearing confusion, comparing paths, and choosing the direction that actually supports your success and stability. Hi, Pisces. I'm Heather, and this is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the pack. Today's reading is focused on clarity, specifically clarity around career direction, life choices, and where your energy is meant to go next. This is for those of you standing at a crossroads, weighing your options, or feeling pulled in more than one direction. We'll be working with 9 cards that clearly show where you are now, what's clouding your judgment, and what direction aligns with your long-term success, not just what feels safe or familiar. We'll also look at the difference between choosing alignment versus choosing fear or from fear. So you can make decisions with confidence rather than second guessing. So take a breath, set an intention for clarity, and let's see what the cards reveal. One more sh one more shuffle, Pisces, and we'll get started with the cards. Okay, so this here is your current crossroads. I'm just making sure I can see it in the camera. This is your mental fog, inner truth, true north, decision point, aligned path, misaligned path, the guided action, and the long view outcome. Okay. Okay, so Pisces, your current crossroads, this is where are you standing right now in your career or life direction. So you have the Chariot here, and this is about forward momentum with a clear focus. And it usually is about success. So you have had some success and some wins and some gains in your career. But I feel like the focus is waning, especially with this card, because you see this way and that way. And she's not quite sure which direction to take. So I feel like you're at a point in your career where you might feel like there's no more further advancement, or you need to change it in some kind of way because it's not no longer going quite in the direction that you want to. You need to change it up. Perhaps you're feeling like there's stagnation, or you're even bored with your career or your life direction. Now, your mental fog. This is what is currently confusing, overwhelming, or clouding your clarity. And you have the Three of Swords. So this is disappointment and heartbreak related to your career that is actually clouding your judgment or clouding your clarity. So what I could see happening is even perhaps, a little while ago you applied for a position, an advancement, ask for a raise, whatever it is, but you receive some kind of disappointment. It didn't pan out the way you were expecting it to. And that could even just be your career path and trajectory. Like 5 years ago, when you set out your 5-year goals, maybe you expected to be at a different spot in your career than you are now. And that has even led to this heartbreak and disappointment. But it is that disappointment that's clouding your clarity because there's fear related to it. Like, if I make a decision, if I make a move, is this going to happen again? And that's that fear of that pain and that disappointment. Now, your inner truth. This is what you already know but haven't fully trusted or claimed yet. And you have the Eight of Wands. Reach out to your darn contacts, would you, and your networking system. The Eight Wands is fast changes, changes happening in your life, and communication. So, networking, you know, call up that person, see what they know about potential opportunities that you could maybe you look into further. That's part of it. The what you already know, it's also the knowledge that you have, all the information that is spinning in your mind. All of your not just from school and education, but your lived experience and your on the job experience, what you have mastered. You need to learn how to verbalize that and express that and own that with authority that, hey, I've done this and I'm well versed in this and I'm an expert in this, rather than letting other people around you take that recognition. You need to be owning that own recognition because you are not trusting your own knowledge and your own skills and ability, and you need to claim that and own that now. This next card here is your true north. This is the direction that is most aligned with your purpose and your long-term success. So you have the Judgment card, and this can be a do-over card. It's aligning with your soul's calling, soul purpose, but it's in the position of alignment with your purpose and long-term success. So what this really is being true to yourself. Really, again, taking some time to identify your skills and abilities, not just the ones from on the job experience, not just the ones from, this is what I went to school for, but also your lived life experiences, your passions, the things that you do outside of work, and how can those experiences be used to help guide the direction that you need to go in? How can you and use those as transferable skills because they're just as valid as the skills that you get on the job or through educational training. And then we have our decision point. So this is the choice or the fork in the road that is asking for clarity right now. And ultimately, you're being asked to make a decision. It's like poop or get off the pot kind of thing. Stop sitting on the fence. You need to make a decision, choose a path, and go for it, is really what it is. That's what's asking for clarity. If multiple paths, if you're not sure, start asking questions. Start asking people that have experience in a field or experience with whatever it is that you want to do or be, and asking them what does a day in your life look like, and get more information and knowledge that way, so it can help you to make a decision going forward and give you that clarity. Your aligned path is what happens if you choose the path that is aligned with your truth, your inner truth. And you have the Six of Wands. This couldn't be a better position. It's recognition, it's success, it's awards, it's accolades. It is, you being recognized for a job well done and you being recognized. And that recognition isn't just about the kudos, pat on the back. It's also about the financial recognition. So if you are in a position right now where you feel like you are not being fully compensated for your skills and abilities, the Six of Wands says you will be if you are on your aligned path and you align with your truth. Now, what happens if you misalign, if you're on the misaligned path? So this is if you choose based on fear, pressure from others, or habit, you end up with the World. The World is generally a positive card. It's the ending of a cycle. But what will happen with the World card is you will always feel like when it's in this position, it's saying that you will always feel like you're at the ending with no new beginning happening. Okay? You won't see that transition into that Fool card, that fresh energy, that new start, new path. So you'll just feel like you're stuck in a rut. And that's what happens with the misaligned path, that there's no more upward momentum or no more direction to go into. And now your guided action, this is the practical step that brings immediate clarity or momentum this month for you. And you have the Page of Cups. And that is really, it's about you taking that time to listen to your to your emotions and to your intuition and connecting with that. What is it that makes you feel emotionally alive? Jot those things down. When you experience those moments, journal it, write it down. Do that for a month. When you get a sudden, like, intuitive sense that, this, you want to do something or something, whatever it is, jot those insights down. And at the end of the month, look at it and reflect back. And you're going to find that your answers are right there on what you should be doing and where you should be going. and what to do next, the next steps to take. And then finally, we finish off. This is the long view outcome, how this direction shapes your career, stability, and fulfillment in the long term. And you've got the Nine of Wands. I am going to pull a clarifier for this one. But what I see here is the long term, like the fulfillment long term, is that one, you will feel intrinsic satisfaction of a job well done. And look, I overcame that challenge. I think the direction that you're going into is one where, like right now, I think it's a direction where you are going to feel challenged, but you'll be rising to that challenge. And that alone is going to give you a lot of fulfillment. Um, but let me pull a clarifier for this. And we've got the Ten of Wands. It's also going to be, so we have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So the other thing I can say is the long view outcome is that you will also have more responsibility. You'll be more in a position of authority where you're calling the shots and you'll have more responsibility. Again, generally these cards are seen when they come into a reading can be a little bit of a downer or a bit more negative, but this is a different kind of reading. This is your long view outcome, how it's shaping your career. And that's where we're getting, rising to the challenge with the Nine of Wands, and then the Ten of Wands is having that responsibility placed on your shoulders. But I feel like you are rising to that challenge and you're actually enjoying the responsibility. It's making you feel valued and important. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. As you leave this reading, reflect on the difference between the aligned path and the misaligned one. Clarity isn't about having every answer, it's about choosing the direction that feels grounded, honest, and sustainable. Trust your inner compass. Direction becomes clear once you commit to alignment. Thank you for running with the pack, and I will see you in the next reading.